In this video, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 most annoying characters to fight in Tekken 8. Let's be honest, as much as we love Tekken, it's a uniquely frustrating game. The nature of every character having hundreds of moves means that, unfortunately, a lot of these characters are going to have cheese and gimmicks, some much more than others. Remember, this is just my personal list. Everyone finds different characters annoying for different reasons, so make sure to let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my picks, and what your most annoying characters are. With that being said, make sure to subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the list, starting with number 10. Oh Jin, how far you've fallen. And keep in mind guys, Jin is my main. I know this matchup just about as well as you possibly can, and even I think he makes the top 10. He's just too much in this game. His 2-1 is incredibly obnoxious, and the threat of the 4 follow-up just makes you always respect his poking. His up forward 2 is just stupid, why is this safe on block? And oh, we haven't even mentioned down 2 yet. Yeah, I know it's reactable, but let's be real, in online play, you are not reacting to this. I know I'm definitely not reacting to it, unless the Jin's being incredibly obvious. It's really hard to see coming, and it just does everything. That's the normal stuff you expect to hear about Jin and what makes him annoying. But in my opinion, what makes him even more annoying is all the other stuff that you don't hear people talk about. His Zen stance specifically. Jin's going into Zen after you block their forward 4 and then completely stealing your turn with Samsara, or using a power crush heat engager, or a low that does 30 damage, or a safe mid. Zen stance is really good, and he has so many ways to get into this stance. Back forward 1-3 is a mid-mid that's +2 on block and takes him into stance. No one talks about this. 3-1 is also a great way to get into stance. If you ask me, this is the stuff that really makes Jin annoying. He's just a very overtuned character that personally annoys me to fight, even more than other top tiers like Dragunov. Even though I main him, Jin is very annoying to fight in this game. And that's why he's number 10. Everyone says that Raven sucks. He's ranked low on almost every tier list you can find, and after eventually labbing him, I can see why. But oh my god does this guy have gimmicks. He is littered with them, and Ravens in ranked will find the most random and cheesy possible options to pick every single time. The clones have traumatized me. We had a funny moment on my stream where we all collectively lost our minds trying to figure out every different colored clone and how safe or unsafe on block it is in which situation. Purple are -14? Are you serious? Yellows are plus? So why is someone in chat saying yellows are -3? Oh, orange is plus. There's an orange clone? What is going on? The red are neutral? What about the green ones? Are the green ones plus? What about the cyan ones? Wait, okay, what about the pink clones, guys? Are the pink clones plus or not? Because the pink clones have got to be plus on block, but the purple ones aren't. But the green and yellow one, the magenta ones? Yeah, what are the magenta ones? It's like a full rainbow. You have to learn the rainbow of the clones. Every single color is a completely different clone that you have to know about, and we all collectively lost our minds. His unpopularity in ranked makes him even harder to understand. I'll run into maybe one every 100 games, and every time I do, I want to crash out because I have no idea what's going on. He's a really cool character, but oh my god is he annoying to fight. And that's why he's number 9. Speaking of lower tier characters who make me want to pull my hair out, I have to talk about Mr. Cheese himself, Eddy Gordo. I made a full video on the character recently, but this guy has been cheesing people for almost 30 years. The nature of his kit absolutely requires you to spend time labbing the character and learn the matchup if you ever want to beat him. And if you decided to put that off for the longest time like me, or don't want to buy the character to lab him, well, good luck. He'll just sit there, breakdancing in your face. Sometimes he'll use a launcher, sometimes a low, sometimes a 6-hit string, and you just have no idea what's going on. His stances are incredibly hard to deal with if you don't know the matchup, and he absolutely dominates intermediate levels of play. Once I actually took the time to learn every little detail about the character, I started realizing that a lot of his stuff is predictable and has tons of counterplay. But even after doing that, I find myself getting confused with what he's doing all the time, and as soon as he starts flailing around, it's just over for me. He never stops moving, it drives me crazy. Capoeira is cool, but it has to be the most annoying fighting style to deal with in this game. And that's why he's number 8. You all knew these guys were going to appear somewhere on this list. It's pretty much inevitable. Kuma and Panda have always been among the most frustrating characters to fight in Tekken. They existed previously mainly as just a matchup check. You'd run into one in ranked maybe every 200 matches. They'd spin around, sit on the ground, and claw at you, use random counter hit strings, whatever, and then you'd lose, get angry, and then not worry about it until the next one you saw. This character is still very unpopular today, but you know what's changed? They made them good. Why would they do this? In addition to all the gimmicks and cheesy strings we've come to expect from the bears, they now do 1 million damage when they launch you. With their new guaranteed wall ender, I'm pretty sure Kuma and Panda actually have the highest damage in this game. You're constantly losing like 70% of your HP whenever they combo you to the wall. But it doesn't end there. Almost instant counter hit tools, an unbreakable throw that does like 60 damage with the for some reason guaranteed follow-up, and it deletes all of your recoverable health, the fully tracking 13 frame heat smash, the bear electric. Oh, don't get me started on the bear electric. Have you ever been in a situation where the Kuma player gets you to the wall and just starts spamming this thing? There's like nothing you can do. You can't duck and punish it because it's a special mid. If you duck it, you'll just get the normal block. You can't press any button because you're -5. Well, great. Just take the chip damage and wait for him to eventually heat smash, because they always do. His chip damage in general is ludicrous. Kuma has arguably the best heat in the game, so thank God his regular self is way weaker. I'm sorry to drag the 3 Panda players watching into this. Panda isn't nearly as annoying. It's mostly Kuma. Kuma makes me want to throw my controller out the window, and that's why he's number 7. A lot of you guys are going to be disappointed with how low King is on this list. He's definitely one of the most hated characters in this game, and it's pretty easy to see why. 99% of Tekken players can't break throws on reaction, so throw in the game's only grappler, who relies on throws for, well, literally everything, and you don't have a good combination there. He has the best grabs in the game by a mile. He'll giant swing you straight into a wall and you'll take 70 damage, he'll chain throw you and you'll lose 100 HP, he has ground throws, unbreakable throws, and counter hit throws, which are now super broken in this game. Everything a grappler could possibly want. Oh, and he also has ridiculous counter hit utility. Down forward 2-1 is broken and makes me so mad. I'll be ready for it and then they'll just delay it by the tiniest bit and I'll get counter hit and I'll die. Forward neutral 2 is incredible, muscle armor is also ridiculous, and his power crush in general serves to make him way more annoying to deal with than most characters. There's a ton of hate on this guy, and I get why people would argue he's way more annoying than this, but honestly, I don't see it. I mean, sure, he's very annoying to deal with, there's a reason he's on this list, but I can pretty easily think of 6 more characters who are way worse. Maybe it's just because I can break throws decently well, I don't know. But one thing's for sure, when you're getting messed up by a good king, it really sucks. And that's why he's number 6. Moving into the top 5, this is where things get serious. These are the worst of the worst, the most annoying characters you can get in this game. So get ready for cheese. A lot more cheese. But first, I want to quickly ask you guys that if you're enjoying this video and want to see more scripted Tekken 8 content like this, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel. It makes a big difference in helping me fight the YouTube algorithm and helping me work towards my goal of hopefully one day making these silly videos as my job. It's free to do and only takes 1 second of your time. Thank you guys so much, and let's get back to the video. Hwoarang makes me mauled. He's up there with Eddy with being one of the biggest casual stompers in Tekken history. His whole kit revolves around chaining multiple moves together and basically making his own strings up on the fly. And as cool as that is as a concept, it was inevitable that he'd be one of the most annoying characters to fight in the entire game. You really can't get closer to the actual definition of the word spam than Hwoarang, at least looking at him from the perspective of most Tekken players, who definitely don't know the matchup. He never lets up his aggression. Never. And at least before, you could rely on holding back and blocking until the Hwoarang player eventually stops, right? But now, Tekken 8 introduced chip damage, and he's one of the characters who benefits most from this new mechanic. Now his constant offense damages you while you're blocking whenever he's in heats, and everything is plus on block. He'll just keep going and going and going forever. Combine this with him now having a tracking approach tool and a heat engager, insane wall carry, and his classic full throw game. Why does a Taekwondo fighter have a perfect throw game? Good question. Everything about this character is just annoying. He never stops pressing, you never know when it's your turn. We all know why Hwoarang is annoying. He's always been like this. And that's why he's number 5. What can I say about Yoshimitsu that hasn't been said already? Not much. He's the troll character in Tekken. Of course he's going to be annoying. He's always been annoying. His million unblockables, his like 7 weird stances. I mean, he's a setup character at his core, constantly using frame traps and strings to catch you off guard. Yoshi's always been like this, but like Kuma, but to a much greater extent, they decided to make him good in this game. Not just good, broken. He's arguably the best character in the game now, alongside Dragunov and Nina, and he can feel like absolute torture to deal with. Why does he do so much damage? Why does he have a low unblockable launcher? Why does he have a broken guard break setup? Why does he have flash? Oh my god, Flash. Don't get me started on Flash. Flash makes me so angry. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate how often I get hit by it. I hate when Yoshimitsu players tell me to get good. I hate the idea of him having the move that forces a constant level of stress when you're fighting him. There's always the mental stack because he always threatens you with a 6-frame launcher. It's just the worst. And that's why he's number 4. Ling Xiaoyu is a pretty obvious one. I'm sure a lot of you expected to see her on this list. She is uniquely annoying in this game. She's by far the most evasive character, meaning hitting her is almost impossible. And her whole kit revolves around these evasive launchers. Like, what is this? She'll do 2 back-to-back handstands and launch you on the second one when you think it's over. She'll spin to the other side of the stage when you're least expecting it. She'll go into her AOP stance, which makes her pretty much impossible to hit, and comes with even more evasive moves and broken pokes. It's so much. God, AOP in general might be one of the most annoying moves in the game to deal with. Nothing can hit her. She's pretty much invulnerable. And then in Tekken 8, they decided to give her really good damage. Why did they do that? I have no idea. Her kit feels like it was almost designed to be obnoxious to fight against. And it gets so much worse when she goes into heat. All of her pokes become better, she does more damage, and her hypnotist stance, another really annoying stance she has, now becomes about 10 times better. In her normal hypnotist stance, at least she has to take a step so you have time to react and punish her for it. In heat, she immediately gets empowered and gains access to a -13 low that is a launcher. That's right, a snake edge that is only -13 on block and is unseeable coming out at 20 frames and leads to a full combo. Why is this a thing? Again, who knows? Her 50-50 in heat is just ridiculous. She also has access to one of the best heat smashes in the game during her back turn stance, and just so much more. You guys all know why Xiaoyu is annoying. She's been annoying people ever since she came out in Tekken, and that's why she's number 3. Alisa might be the definitive annoying character. Like, I'd be willing to bet that when you ask the average Tekken player who the most annoying and obnoxious character to fight in Tekken is, a lot of people are going to be saying her, and it's pretty easy to see why, right? Her chainsaw stance is one of the most annoying stances ever introduced in Tekken. She'll just run at you at any time from across the stage and just start sawing away at your block. Everything's plus on block, and now she does ridiculous chip damage. If she's in heat, you're losing at least like 30% of your health to chip every time she goes into chainsaw. It is so miserable to deal with. Her mobility alone makes her really annoying to deal with. She can just get in and out in a second whenever she wants. You think a character with that much mobility would be punished up close, but no. She has very strong poking options, very strong general Tekken tools, and is really good when she's in your face too. Just an all-around incredible character with basically no weakness. Thinking about it, she has less overall annoying stuff than most of the characters around her on this list. I think it's just the mental fact of the chainsaws. The chainsaws alone are so annoying. Every time she pulls them out, I get angry. Even though I don't think they're actually as hard to deal with as, say, Yoshimitsu's flashers, unblockables, or Xiaoyu's tools. It's just, they serve to frustrate me on a visceral level. I don't know if you guys understand, but it's one of the most frustrating things to deal with. It's just those damn chainsaws. I hate them. And that's why she's number 2. Bit of a unique one here, as literally no one plays or talks about this character, but Zafina is my most hated character in this game, and the character I think is the most annoying to fight. Thank God she almost never appears in Ranked. Fighting this character is actually like fighting a more annoying Xiaoyu, and I don't even know how that's possible. She'll go into her tarantula stance and just start throwing stuff, and I have no idea what's going on. I think she's actually the character I have the lowest win rate against in the entire game. It's definitely a personal thing, but I just can't figure out this character. I've even tried labbing her, but every time I do, I run into another Zafina who uses a completely new set of tools that I have no idea how to deal with. She'll go to one stance, her scarecrow stance, then transition to her tarantula stance, and then every single time she'll use her While Rising Azazel attack. I don't know what it is about this move, but I cannot stand it. It's unironically one of my most hated moves in the entire game, and Zafina players will absolutely spam it in Ranked. They never stop using this move, especially off of down 3. It gives her +6 on block, and while you are actually able to sidestep it, your timing needs to be perfect. I've gotten clipped trying to sidestep it so many times. I don't know why this move frustrates me as much as it does. I just can't stand it. Her down 3 is a broken low that pretty much no one talks about. Her heat smash for some reason prevents you from moving. Like, a lot of the time, Zafina players will throw it out, and you'll be just out of range, so you think you're good, and then you'll sidestep and you'll get hit by it. This has happened to me so many times, and it's just purely frustrating. Oh yeah, and she has a low heat smash, because why not, right? Something about this character annoys me more than any other character in Tekken 8. Again, I know it's a very personal thing. Most people probably don't mind her as much, but I cannot stand to deal with her. And that's why she's number 1. And that's my list. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my list, and what your most annoying characters to fight are. I'll be down there chatting with you guys as always. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe to support my content, and also join my Discord server to chat with me and other Tekken fans. It's a really cool community. Links in the description below. As always, huge thanks to my YouTube members and Patreon patrons. Your help goes a really, really long way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.